Okay, I have to do this whole second half all over again. Oh joy. No, the hair is not, well, the hair is trimmed, so like I have this neat little swoosh right here. The rest of it's back there. I thought this was still filming, and I sat here and talked for a good 10 minutes and then said bye and stopped it, and then realized it when I I'm getting eaten alive. Oh my gosh. You're not. What the? You're a red ant. Where did you come from? And you just bit me. That's no fun. Never seen them around here before. Little monsters. Red ant. What the heck? Just bit me in the leg. Meanwhile, I'm mosquito magnet out here. Anyway, I'm out in the yard, and I thought, okay, well, give you the up-to-date. You saw all the stuff on the first half. I'm hoping I can tag this on in YouTube Studio on the phone. I don't know. I just don't know if I can. Anyway, that's been the state of my day. I've had 3 hours of sleep because of the storm that came in last night. I went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, laid down, had the lights out, and like, what was that flash? I didn't hear anything. Just about ready to fall asleep, and a lot of flashes, brighter this time, and the thunder to go with them. And it started just whoosh, massive downpour. And immediately I heard the hallway drip, 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 drip. So I was up. I mean, there was no going to sleep at that point. Because normally I try to go to sleep and the alarm is set for every hour. So I was like, yeah, it's been a long day. And yeah, I'm just going to end up staying up. So I didn't get to bed till 4 a.m. I woke up wide awake at 8:20. And I've been awake ever since, and I'm getting punchy, and I still have all that crap to clean up. So I'm afraid I might not make it to 11 o'clock tonight, which is why I was trying to do one full video that I would just not have to try to edit on the phone. But when I tried to come out here and sit down and flip the phone around, I must have hit something as I turned the phone to face me, and it didn't record squat. Bummer. But we all know, lately, that's kind of been my karma lately. Let's not do that anymore. Hey, just realized how well this color goes with this shirt. Anyway, yes, you can tell I'm tired because I'm like, squirrel, It's been really, 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 really bad this afternoon and getting worse because I'm tired. So I will set this as a premiere, and hopefully this part will tag on to the part from inside the house. And if I'm still awake at 11, you'll see me in the chat. If you don't see me in the chat, I have finally conked out for the night, and I'm just like zonked because I'm running out of steam. 4 hours of sleep. I had 6 hours of sleep the day before. We did a lot in the yard yesterday, which I showed you out the window. All that stuff that was cleared, that whole area. Stuff was weed whacked, lawnmower was out, stuff was cut back and trimmed and ripped out of the ground. I was out there doing it too, and my shoulders are still bothering me. But that's par for the course because I haven't done anything where I have any upper body strength anymore. It's not like I flip bolts of fabric around like I used to at Joann Fabrics, because that was a great way to have arm muscle. Cutting bolts of fabric all day. You try lifting a 30 yards of double wide muslin. Sucker weighs 50 pounds. You'll get arm strength fast. So, I'm out in the garden in the front, and I will... Kit, is that another one of you little monsters? Where the hell are you coming from? I'm going to stand up, because I've never seen those color. They're like a, I don't know, they almost look like a crown color from Crayola. That was a heck of a bite too. I had to put something on that. But this is my front project. You can see all this lovely white phlox, and most of everything's bloomed in there. I'm trying to get Mike to help me. We need to put a tarp out here, take out what I want to keep, sit that on the tarp, pull out everything else, trash it, then, just turn the soil over a little bit, throw some fertilizer in. I have a headboard that I want to put in there as a garden decoration. It's a metal one. It's all white enameled over it. And it has the feet that'll just slide in. So if I ever want to take that out for any reason, like if we need to get to the window to replace that busted window or the busted storm window or anything, we just lift it up out of the ground and move it. Piece of cake. But it would make a neat little decorative element out here. But it's goofy because like the phlox is all in the front, and the phlox is very tall, but the sedum is very short, and that's in the back. Need to reverse all that. So that's a job for when the weather cools off. We haven't been able to touch it because it's been close to 100 degrees outside, so there's no way. But the other news is Mike finally, he has graduated from college. He has his business degree in business administration. And he sat down with me yesterday. We went to the library, finally had a chance to sit down alone, and went through everything to make up an actual formal business plan. He made me do a mission statement for this overstuffed house. And then he brought up things I had not thought of, that there are baby steps you have to do first before you get to the parts I was worried about. So I was just like jumping ahead, and he's like, no, you can't do that, because it's not like where you worked before, where mosquitoes. And he's got a point. Everywhere I've worked, even when I was manager, I answered to an owner. I came in with things where there was already an inventory system in place. You just had to add in that software was already in the computer. I never had to do any of the bookkeeping and the accounting. Just had to enter the inventory, had to do the ordering. I knew what my budget was. That's what you had to do. It was already taken care of. I'm skipping ahead to thinking I can already do that, but I need to back up and create all that stuff, which is going to be interesting considering that I don't even know how Excel works. So the fact that I'm computer illiterate in a lot of ways, technology challenged, has got to be addressed, and that's a definite issue. Dealing with the kittens, because my neighbor has had a month, and I'm done. Because now his daughter is like, well, I do want a cat, I don't want a cat, I do want a cat. I can't wait anymore. I need to get these 3 kittens out of my house. I rolled up coinage yesterday to feed them because I had no wet cans of food left. And I had a roll of dimes, 4 rolls of pennies. Bless my brother's heart, because sometimes he is so nice. Other times he makes me want to rip my hair out. But he didn't want the cats to not go hungry, and I showed him, this is all I've got. I got to get out of here and go to the store, but Mike just left with his car, and I didn't know he was going out, so now I don't have a way to go anywhere. And so he disappeared. Well, he came back, and he always makes a point, if he buys anything, of sitting the receipt on the counter to make sure I read it. So, but still, he went and he did it. So he spent $19 on getting some cans of cat food. Bless his heart. Because these guys, there's 5 of them. So even though, I've got the high cat, and the vet still wanted 3 of them on the higher calorie kitten formula, but Gimli and Aragorn are big enough now that they can be on regular adult canned cat food. So, with 5 of them, I got to have 3 bowls down and I'm using one big can and one little can for every meal, but they're still eating 3 to 4 meals a day because they're kittens. And then you have the doctor who's losing weight because she's not eating as much, but she is coming around to the kittens more. I mean, not coming around and tolerating them, but she's coming around and hanging out near them, which has been noticeable difference in the last 2 days. Day before yesterday, and a little bit today. She's just actually come and just plunked herself down on the kitchen floor. Mind you, she was blocking the door, so they couldn't come out of the kitchen and they couldn't come into the kitchen without having to pass her. But she actually laid in the kitchen. That's a first. So that's good news on that front. I now have a mission statement. You'll see stuff for a mission statement on my channel and on my eBay and Etsy. All that stuff's gonna get changed up in the coming week. I'm hoping to be live. I can't remember if I said that already in this new one, because I'm hoping to do this as a preview, and if I'm awake, I will be there. If I'm not, it's because I finally conked out. I've had 4 hours of sleep. I only had 6 hours of sleep the day before. With the rain, I ended up being up a lot longer than expected because it was 4 a.m. before I could finally go to sleep. And it's 2 days of that is wearing on me. And there's still a chance of spotty pop-up thunderstorms tonight. And I don't know, with that much of the ceiling that has dropped, I don't know what's going to happen to the rain pattern of what drips into the house. I got lucky last night in that everything, I just had to tweak something a little bit, and then everything was diverting into that giant trash can. The problem is that when that thing gets to a quarter full, that's my weight limit. Water is heavy. I can't lift that